What's happening, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're doing a install of an exhaust, a BlackWidow to be specific. I'm not going to be talking the whole way through. I'll just be cutting in when I'm basically explaining what's going on. So initially all we're doing is taking the bike apart. So unless you can't see already, to do it, I mean ideally you want to take off the belly pan, which will mean taking both sides off, but we can remove the boomerang fairing and the fairing that goes over the exhaust. We did find that we could get access to the exhaust, or enough access to remove and then change it over. So most of the bolts that we did come across, all the Allen keys on the fairings, were 13mm bolts, which were at the centre part of the exhaust. I believe there were a 13 on the headers as well. They do supply new bolts with the new exhaust kit. That's based on you buying a full exhaust system. But we did replace the header bolts anyway with locking nuts, just for extra security. But as you can tell, you can get the exhaust out in one piece. So at this stage, all we're doing really is a mock-up of where the new exhaust will sit. Just to give us an idea before we apply any of the paste to the new parts. Because once that's on, you don't really want to be taking it apart again. But as you can see anyway, it's only three parts to the new exhaust, 3 parts to the old exhaust. So at this point all I'm doing is removing the baffle. I did put the baffle back in when I bedded in the exhaust. It is horrendously loud without. Some people I suppose like that, but it was loud enough with that in there. So I did put it back in when I bedded it in. It does say to leave it running for 10-15 minutes, idling for 10-15 minutes, just to let the paste that we're using now go off. So obviously at this point we've taken the whole exhaust off, figured out where it goes, and now it's a case of putting it all back together again using the paste that they supply. I believe they do give you a new gasket, but with this bike being brand new, I did use the original exhaust gasket, but there is one supplied. But applying paste to everything is just covering all bases. Whether we went over the top or not, I don't know, but there was no exhaust leaks at the end of this anyway, so. It is always a good idea as well, I found, just to clean off any excess that's come over the outside of the pipe. With it going hard, once the exhaust gets hot, I imagine it being a pain to get off after that, so try and keep it as tidy as possible. So again, at the back of that centre pipe that I'm on at the moment, there's a nut at the back and a bolt at the front. It's a bit fiddly to get something, to get your hands in there, so spanner on the back, socket on the front, just just to hold it there did the job. One thing I would stress with all the bolts is do them all finger tight. It's a common thing, most people know to do that anyway, but I definitely would recommend putting the bolt inside the socket and hoping for the best. So obviously at this point we know it all lines up and we are just finishing off the bike. So there will be a video going up of the set with the sound of the bike, but as you can see, it all went on pretty smooth, pretty perfect. Sounded unreal actually with the baffling. There was no need for me to remove it. Some people like it obnoxiously loud, but I was happy with how it was. But yeah, tighten everything up and away you go.